Ferrari is rolling into Austria with what could be the most crucial update package of their 2025 campaign. A bold move aimed at addressing the SF25's inconsistencies that first appeared as far back as the season opener in Australia. After waiting this long, the team is finally ready to unleash significant upgrades, hoping for a sharp improvement in form. But with 2026 already looming and much of the development shifting toward the new regulations, could this be the last meaningful push before Ferrari fully pivots? Inside the Ferrari camp, the mood has been cautiously tense. The SF25 has proven to be more complex and unpredictable than expected. Both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton have repeatedly urged the team to bring solutions forward, but so far, the answers haven't been convincing. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur has remained firm in his approach, suggesting that understanding the car's philosophy is more vital than constant upgrades. However, that philosophy has worn thin with both fans and drivers, especially when Hamilton himself pointed out in Canada that Ferrari has lacked substantial updates. Now all eyes are on Austria. While initial reports hinted the upgrades would be split between the Spielberg and Silverstone races, it now seems Ferrari will deploy the full package in Austria. Team sources believe delaying the rollout could harm their already fragile campaign. The primary updates are focused on the floor and the rear suspension, two areas that have consistently limited the car's performance. Vasseur has confirmed these changes and sent a clear message to competitors: Ferrari is not done yet. Over the next few races, the team plans to evaluate the true potential of the SF25. However, the wind tunnel has already been reassigned to the 2026 car, which casts doubt on how much longer they can realistically continue developing this year's car. Although Ferrari isn't expected to challenge for either championship at this point, the unpredictable results at the top of the field mean the door remains slightly ajar. Drivers continue to steal points off each other, which has allowed teams like McLaren and Mercedes to close in rapidly. In the midst of this chaos, a strong upgrade could give Ferrari a short-term boost and build momentum for what lies ahead. Vasseur explained further, "We'll have an upgrade soon before the UK and perhaps another one later. But honestly, I believe execution and extracting performance from the car matter more now than potential alone. With the current regulations nearing their end, even the smallest gains, mere hundredths of a second, can mean the difference between P6 and P2. Contrary to speculation, Ferrari is not giving up on the 2025 season. The latest upgrades mark the beginning of a more hands-on approach. Both track testing and simulator work are being ramped up despite the shift in wind tunnel resources. This unexpected investment shows a quiet confidence in the SF25's underlying design, even if it's late in the season. The biggest issue Ferrari faces remains their one-lap pace, especially in qualifying. The SF25 has shown impressive speed during races, but too often that speed has gone to waste. Poor qualifying results and flawed race strategies have left Leclerc and Hamilton playing catch-up. If Ferrari can find even a modest boost that places them consistently on the front two rows, the entire narrative of their season could shift. In Austria, the team will be hoping the car won't force its drivers to lift and coast, a fuel-saving and cooling technique that ruins rhythm and pace. When drivers are forced to ease off the throttle early and coast into corners, performance suffers and frustration builds. It's especially aggravating when this occurs in a car that's otherwise capable of strong race pace. Unfortunately, Ferrari has often seen the SF25 come alive in the latter stages, when it's too late. Auto Action reports that the rear suspension upgrade in Austria could be Ferrari's last attempt to salvage their current project. If the upgrade fails, the team will immediately pivot all remaining resources to 2026. One of the core issues lies in the interaction between the rear suspension and the gearbox. The car's front end is reportedly strong, but its rear becomes too lively on corner exits, a balance that's impossible to work with in qualifying. Leclerc has openly discussed these challenges. "None of us are satisfied with how it's going," he admitted. "We started the season thinking we could battle McLaren and Red Bull for wins, but that hasn't been the case." He acknowledged McLaren's immense progress from last year, adding that Ferrari's performance isn't outright poor, but the gap to McLaren is substantial. Interestingly, Ferrari's drivers don't always see eye to eye before race weekends. Leclerc often expresses skepticism, while Hamilton offers a more optimistic view. The seven-time world champion recently suggested Austria could deliver a pleasant surprise in terms of performance. Hamilton elaborated on his struggles, saying, "For me, the biggest challenge has been adapting. Montreal really exposed the car's weaknesses. I've never had this much understeer at low speed. Turns 2 and 10 were a nightmare. Hopefully Austria will be better. The car handles high-speed corners well, so we'll see." While Ferrari seems committed to finishing this season with dignity, the bigger picture is clearly 2026. The upcoming regulations include sweeping changes, smaller cars, new aero rules, and more efficient power units. Ferrari has already begun testing their next-gen chassis and is determined to build a strong foundation early. But they'll face stiff competition. Mercedes, for one, appears poised for a resurgence. Despite Ferrari and Mercedes both having elite engine-building credentials, many believe Mercedes has the upper hand, especially in adapting to hybrid and aero efficiency demands. Hamilton's departure from Mercedes only adds intrigue, especially as he's now helping shape Ferrari's long-term goals. Currently, Hamilton has scored just 79 points, with Leclerc at 104. Their hopes for the Drivers' Championship are nearly gone. The most realistic goal might be second place in the constructors' standings, but that too seems out of reach given Mercedes' momentum. Ferrari's leadership will demand answers, not just from the drivers, but from Fred Vasseur as well. Once again, Vasseur's future is under scrutiny. Chairman John Elkann and CEO Benedetto Vigna reportedly expected more progress by mid-season. To his credit, Vasseur has held long and firm discussions with Hamilton, urging him not to give up on 2025. This strategy seems to have worked. Hamilton continues to invest himself fully, hoping to carry lessons forward into the 2026 reset. At the end of the day, driver performance will be a major factor. On paper, Ferrari boasts the strongest lineup on the grid. If any duo can extract maximum performance from a flawed car, it's Leclerc and Hamilton. Writing Ferrari off completely would be a mistake, especially if the Austria upgrades unlock more than expected. Now, we turn to you. What are your thoughts on Ferrari's big upgrade in Austria? Can this package finally deliver the breakthrough they've been chasing? Or should the team cut its losses and go all in on 2026 development? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, check out the next video on your screen for more F1 insights.